Review the ToS post-episode thread on Reddit. Yeah, alright. Why not? Kelkas.
Hi.
Thank you. So, let's see. Let's see what the meme was. Koibu acknowledges Neil Team 6. He did.
2 on all subsequent attack rolls. There's nothing about line of sight breaking.
Okay.
I think the notion is that when they realize you're not where you are and that you're slightly off,
Takes them an
they
extra
make it
moment.
yeah, and I think that
fine.
makes Display Self a proper second level spell. I think you lawyered me too well in the past.
I think that is fine. So you automatically miss the first attack. New people coming in the room will still miss the first attacks, yeah?
Right.
Okay.
Right. Unless they're, unless you got Neil Team 6 over there being like, he's displaced.
Yeah.
To the left.
I think after if we survive this encounter, we're gonna spend a lot of time in our house just testing our items and seeing how the world works.
What a
'cause
crazy
we
episode
have
this
crazy
is.
visions in our minds right now.
Last question, Neil. The fucking Darkness Stone thing was insane. It was wacky. It was wacky. Did you review the magic item potential post? Yeah, okay, sure. Improved Blink. Eugene the Monk. Thanks for gifting a sub, mate. Falafel Hummus, congratulations. What a name, by the way. Falafel Hummus. Love that one. Improved Blinkers to avoid that situation in the future. Yeah, but that's a 5th level spell slot, so I wouldn't have been able to have that because I had to have Fabricate and Teleport for that encounter. I did think about casting Blink, the normal one, but in a tight cave like that, I could have blinked into a wall, I think. Would have been dangerous. Can you review... Yeah, okay, we'll look at that. Jim Dowg, thanks for the 4 months, mate. I remember that time Malachi cast Monster Summoning 3, it did basically nothing, and he just destroyed the encounter with Fireball instead. Yes, because... And Fireball's a level 3 spell, and Monster Summoning 3 is a level 5 spell, so yeah, it really is terrible. Would you call it the wackiest episode yet? Perhaps the wackiest from the players. Yes, not the wackiest from Neil, no. I don't think it was particularly wacky on Neil's part. I don't know how, but Neil's a master of creating encounters where you think if they don't have X, they'd surely die. E.g. here, the Darkness Stone. Yeah?
Yes, the power
It do be like that sometimes.
Welcome back, Nick.
Hey George, thanks for the 10 months, mate. You should cast Stone Skin the night before going into battle into the future. What, to have more spell slots? I mean, I use the nap in the morning to do that. That does work, though. I can cast... If I'm not doing anything the day before, I can Stone Skin everyone up the night before. That's true. I don't think you can blink at solid objects. Yeah, I did think that might be the case, but I didn't have the time to look it up at the time. And also, I didn't think I was going to die, and maybe it's just better to put damage out, you know? Alright. Malding Moot was a sight to be seen. I actually thought Moot was in a much better mood in this episode than he usually is. Well, not usually, but then he has been previously. Although he was salty about the fire spell that he cast. I think the issue is that Mutant thought that he started chanting the spell when his initiative came up, as
10 months
opposed
to the
to
big man's smiley face.
chanting the second initiative is rolled, and then it finishes when his initiative comes up. Do you know what I mean? I think that's maybe what where the confusion was. Alright, Eric the King 420 says, not gonna lie, one of my favourite parts of this campaign are the players and DM arguing. It's always hilarious, especially with Destiny giggling in the background. Yes, it is. It can get too much sometimes, but for me it can get too much. But I can see why people like it. Moot losing his mind, Destiny giggling, and Nick bouncing between being amused and irritated. Yeah, I mean that is actually how it goes. That's true. Do you think you guys will actually defeat Scoria, or do you think Koibu's up-ramping
The
wackiness
past few
will you
episodes of
eventually?
ToS have really made it one of the greats emo.
Do I think we'll actually defeat Scoria? Yeah, I do, yeah. How rich are the brothers now? Will that affect... Well, maybe we won't defeat her, but we'll get to the fight. How rich are the brothers now? Will that affect the keep's build time? I don't think we can afford to do it in 6 months, but maybe we can. I kind of felt like we were building the keep for after the campaign, but it seems like they want it to be ready beforehand. I'm not sure like how it's really going to be of much use to us. You know, it's not like we're going to just like we'll be in it. It'll be good for RP, I suppose, but it's not like it's going to be any use in the actual fight. A few weeks ago, you thought about making scrolls for utility spells like water breathing and many more. Do you still want to do that? Yeah, I would like to do that. What I should do is come up with a list of spells that it's worth doing for, and then ask Neil what the components to make them for scrolls would be. That is something we can do today. Because if we can ask Neil, then we can piece together good ones to you know, that we can actually do. What's next? Scorious Generals or communicating with the Gold Dragon? I think Scorious Generals. I don't think we're going to get anywhere with the Gold Dragon. By the way, keep builders probably should have Imric's Lightning Bolt in mind when constructing a castle. Imagine having crazy lightning bouncing options. Oh shit, that is quite funny. That's quite a cool idea. Make a scroll of cut? I don't think so. I know you were messaging me, AO, saying it would have been useful to cut the chain, but one, we didn't need to cut the chain, and two, I'm pretty sure it wouldn't have been able to cut the chain anyway. Thinking about Etherealness on the last episode, has Neil ruled how would silver swords interact with people in the ethereal plane? Could you kill someone in the ethereal plane by swinging a silver sword at them? No. Maybe. But I mean, practically, it's not particularly useful, is it? I don't think you're gonna, like... You just kill them when they come out of the ethereal plane. It'd be much easier. I think you could turn into a hit squad with the Darkness Stone. True Sight, Infrared, Ultra Vision. What vision options does Anton have? Nothing to see. Well, Tyrael could give him the ring. No. I don't think he gets True Seeing, does he? He does get True Seeing, so he could cast that, but it only lasts around a level, which isn't really good enough. You guys only tried communication once. You should at least try a few more times. I mean, maybe, but do we really want to waste the whole session doing it when it's clear it's not going to work? You can give Ultravision to another person anyway. That's true, yeah. Let's look at Ultravision. I picked it because it's very long duration and... it's just good. So it's, yeah, guys, so it's 12 hours it lasts. And it's any creature. Allows the recipient to see perfectly in normal darkness, starlight, or moonlight to the full range of his unobscured daylight vision. In most outdoor settings, this means that the character can spot movement at 1500 yards. In underground settings, the spell enables the recipient to see up to 90 feet in non-magical darkness. Magical darkness, fog, or smoke is less effective than normal against the character when using Ultravision. The spell permits the recipient to see at least 30 feet in magical darkness, and at least 10 feet in any kind of vaporous, foggy, or smoky atmosphere. Tyrael component is a black agate worth 50 GP. If you use Wizard Eye, you could cast Ultravision on him. Yeah, but the Wizard Eye is only 10 feet, so it's not very good. Did Neil give any loot details yet? No. You gonna do more stuff with the Mithril Mine, like try to claim it or collapse it? I don't think so. It's not that easy to collapse on mine, I don't think. Alright, as your propagation here says, given just how much stuff they took from Sky Peak, this may be one of the most consequential blows Scorian Mysteries ever suffered in the war. I distinctly remember from many campaigns, Van comes to mind, where the PCs were complaining about the lack of mithril gear, with Koibu just replying something like, "Oh, the only known mines in Mystery and Scoria, no way you're getting to that. It's possibly among their biggest geopolitical cards, they hold onto it super tightly." And during those moments, it just seemed completely impossible to get to a raid of that magnitude. It almost felt like an adventure worthy of a campaign
was
finale.
so wacky, but so cool as well. Can't wait for the next one.
Thank you for the 2 months, Potato Master 4000. I didn't think it was wacky on Neil's part. It was a bit wacky on Steven's part. Then two Megari stroll in with strobe lights, slaughter the entire contingent of guard, and steal a kingdom's worth of loot. All while morally questionable, Anton kills the women and children that make Bull the Scoria lever. Best part was that the encounter wasn't exactly what you'd call easy. I was legitimately worried for a while there. Yes. Time pool, the moment when Scoria learns the Megari's raided Sky Peak to see her mold. Yeah, and then these people are saying whether you'd be able to do that or not. They're just arguing about time pool. Drop a single rust monster from the mines. Would actually work. Did you ever get the Dragon Slayer spellbook with the portable house? I don't know. It's a good point. Did I not get that? Should Imric get Feeble Mind? It's basically save or die at -2 to -4 against wizards. Yeah. Feeble Mind's very nasty spell though. Argue hard to open up another portal and strip the hell out of the portal. Even more mithril ore would be pog. Okay, strip the hell out of the mine, you mean? Yeah. I mean, we could do. We got a first time chat from Apogi Andy, who says, Bing chillin'. Watching ToS, man. It's so slept on. You guys are building a great story. Nice job. Hey, thank you. Apogi Andy. The Alcaster has Feeble Mind on it that you can learn. Yeah. I just don't think I want to learn that spell. You guys had to end because of overtime, but there was that huge teleport circle. Yeah, there was a few things that I wanted to maybe go back to a little bit, but... Little off topic, but you're now a player that one-shotted the most influential Lich in Arcadia. I know. Fucking Nomon is an absolute legend. Make sure light lanterns are taken from the mine. Gotta decorate the new keep. You know, everyone bums off him because it's a meme, but you know, I'm not that bothered. We can make our own light stones. When the light stones cancel the darkness, but the darkness stone cancel the light. Perfect moment of Uno Reverso. That was good. The short dialogue between the knight and the mine and Tyrael followed by taking out the darkness stone might be the most badass scene so far. Also, Neil giving Anton his own hallway scene like Darth Vader is beautiful and concerning. Anton actually MVP for guarding the lever. Also catching the Ethereal Knight. Things would have turned real bad if the alarm went off. Possible even that Scoria shows up and tries to gank them. Then we've got Neil chipping in here about how important it was for Anton to guard the lever. Mithril Mine being attacked could be one of the few things that will bring Scoria out to confront the Megaris directly. Given how rare Mithril is and how important it is to the Mystrian war effort. So yeah, they couldn't let that lever be pulled. They were in no way prepared to face Scoria. And then Sylvanheiser, who is the best Reddit commenter, says, Scoria is extremely paranoid and managed to dodge quite an intricate trap by being extremely defensive. I think she would not have teleported in due to the chance of this being a trap to ground and kill her, especially after Imric taunted her with sending. I'm pretty sure her, like, 14th level mage would have TP'd in with some elite guards, and that dude's chain lightnings would fry them in no time. Yeah. This is something that I wish I'd made more point of. Nick sort of touched on it, but not really. The absolute carnage of just seeing random workers and possibly children laying dead on the floor as you come towards the room must have been harrowing for Imric. Anton slowly losing his mind a bit to the amulet and weapons. He was right to jokingly, but also real talk say that he's going to be there next time. Talking about Imric there, I think. He's just ruthless. Remember the nameless carriage driver he slit? And then people are arguing about whether that carriage driver was innocent. I'm not getting into it again. I believe he was innocent. Well, not innocent, but he didn't need to die. So what do you know of summoning circles within D&D and Arcadia? They have them in Solemn. So they were in Neil's second Solemn campaign, near the end. They have them in 5th edition. That's where I got the idea for the spell. And obviously Malachi made them. So I think it's pretty likely that Scoria has a spell like that. What's the Arc Weatherfeather handout? That's the Knight. The Dragon Knight wizard. There's a spell low resistance that can reduce magic resistance of enemies. Also, it bypasses some of it itself. Yeah, we are aware of this spell. I may be misunderstanding the spell, but aren't you supposed to roll an aging check with dimensional folding? Oh, that is true, actually, yes. Did you get the spell books of the wizards you killed in the keep? Not yet. So when summoned, these monsters are under that person's control because that girl wasn't a mage, right? Wait, what are we talking about, Dr. Squish? Any summoned monsters are typically under your control, yeah, usually. That girl wasn't a mage, right? I'm not sure. Oh, you're talking about the wyvern. It must have just been tamed. Have you seen Simple Summoning? Could be an interesting spell in your arsenal if you take your time to research it. Simple Summoning. I mean, this is a Koibu spell, so if it's too strong, I won't be allowed it. It means if the spell the caster can summon any monster with hit die equal to or less than that of the caster, well, I don't think he's going to let me do this. Creature summoned is in no way bound to the caster and will likely be frightened, angry, confused, or all at being plucked from, where they were. It's likely that combat-capable creatures will attack the caster unless restrained by a magic circle spell or some other means. Creatures summoned do not necessarily have a way of communicating with the caster. Creatures must be summoned into a habitable space. A fish could not be summoned unless there was an appropriate body of water for them to inhabit. Okay. Level to the power of 2 minutes. Fucking hell. Wait, so it'd take me 100 minutes to summon a level 10 monster. Okay, actually, this is not a useful spell. Sungaro, because all the caveat, they'll just attack me. It's just not worth it. I mean, what could you even summon? You're better off getting Shadow shadow monsters. And then it's under your control. And yeah, technically it's got less HP if they disbelieve, but... Do you hit a bit of a mental wall when you're trying to be diplomatic to Mistrains and they bring up how they are the defender in the war and Drax was the first to burn down towns and villages? I mean, yeah, it's kind of tough to defend, to be honest. Armor might be a good scroll to take whenever you take like 10 damage from random energy attacks. Yeah. So a tamed creature would be inside a summoning circle. I guess I have to look at summoning circles more. No, I think it was to teleport him out of the keep. Because the wyvern was too big to get in and out of that room, right? So I think the circle was to teleport him and his wyvern. Maybe they've got like another one on top of the keep and he like teleports up there and then flies out, which is pretty fucking cool. Yeah, that's what we're talking about now, Barbek. How long does the summon last? I think forever. Oh no, wait, that's the duration. The casting time is 1 hour. Okay, the casting time is always 1 hour and the duration is 100 minutes. Which is fine, but it won't... If it was tame, it would be great, but it won't be. You could summon a Boule and kill it for the +3 shield. Oh, shit! Now that's a good idea, but it's a level 1 spell. But I could research it. That's a good idea. Very interested in the potion the girl in Mithril had. Also maybe go get...
Starting my first job out of university tomorrow. Might make it harder to catch stream, but it makes it easier to sub. Cheers.
Love it, Crisis Ostrich. Congratulations on the new job and thank you for the 7 months. Would you like to share what your job's going to be? Very interested in the potion the girl in the Mithril had. Also maybe go get the Scribe's book to figure out what the fuck was happening there. Get the Scribe's book. Yeah. Research a spell that allows you to cast spells while shape changed. A spiritual echo of your original self that does the verbal and somatic gestures for you. Oh shit, that is a cool idea for a spell. Nice. Do I have many spells that would benefit from that though? Detect magic, charm person, cut, hold portal, magic missile, knock, mirror image, forget. Lance of Disruption. I mean, there's some good ones. Improved Invis. Polymorph Self, Project Self. Teleport. Cloud Kill. Oh my god, you could do like a bombing raid as a bird. Seeming. I like that, that's very cool. Why the hell that bird is called Rock? I wasn't aware about them and legit thought Anton was going to tame an inanimate rock and it was some sort of joke. It's just what it's called, dude. I don't know. Cloud kill as a rat? Yeah, that would be that would be pretty disgusting. You sneak in someone's door and then cloud kill them. What would happen with summoned creature after the time is over? Will it get summoned back from where it came? And would you keep the shield in that case? Well, yeah, I think it does go back where it came from. Would you keep the shield? Yeah, I don't know. You should try to capture Scoria's generals instead of just killing them, since you get better info about Scoria's lair. Well, we could speak with Dead. So, get the wyvern poison as well. Maybe. We're not expert toxicologists, so that might be tough. One-dimensional falling is probably only 60 prisoners out. Yeah, but we used a whole portal. Could you research an anti-dispel magic spell? Could even just be a spell that reinforces one ongoing magic effect if you want to keep it really limited reasonable, but it's already something that only works against dispel magic anyways. Dispel magic is your main problem at the moment after all. Yeah, I was thinking about that. I mean, it's definitely a thing to look at. Anti-dispel. What does the Philosopher's Stone do? It kind of doesn't do anything specific. It's not a real magic item. It's something that Neil's created. It's kind of just like the power of the gods in an item that can be harnessed in any way. Like, when Malachi tried to cast Identify on it, it summoned a water elemental. Almost killed him. Like, when she threw a dagger at it, it blew up and carved out a massive, like, hole in the middle of the town and didn't even consume itself. So, like, it can do a lot. It's very powerful. What do you know about that city that enslaves men? Any campaign that's based off of there? No, in fact, the only thing I know about Matava that you can see is if you go to Frozen, if you watch Frozen Frontier, but maybe skipped. So one thing we did in Frozen Frontier, because like I said, it's very story driven. is when players couldn't make it, we ran prequel sessions. So, like, this was one of my characters, this was my character, this was Sean's character. It's starting here is Greg's character called Yaramir, who was a wizard from Matava who escaped to Drakus. These are the only sessions I know that take place in Matava. But you could check them out. Is Cluby glossing over you getting the slaves out, or are you doing it next step? No, yeah, I think it's been glossed over because we used Hold Portal on the Dimensional Folding Portal. There is a spell that can absorb spells, Wind Shield, Wild Shield, but it's a Wild Mage spell. Okay, let's have a look at that. The spell cloaks the caster in a whirling band of scintillating colours, completely concealing him. The caster is able to see normally, within and outside the shield. Protects the caster from the effects of spells and magical items. The shield can completely absorb 2d6 spell levels, thereby negating their effects on the caster. Both area of effect spells and those individually targeted at the Wild Mage can be absorbed. In the case of area spells, the Wild Shield protects only the mage. It's a good spell, but it doesn't fill me with a lot of hope because it's level 6 and it only affects the caster. Matava seems so interesting to me. Wish the brothers had a reason to go there. Why is the queen okay with Matava? I think she's just bitten off more than she can chew with Scoria, so doesn't want to start any more direct confrontation. What more do you need to kill Scoria at this point? Well, I think we need to deal with our generals first. Probably need to find and kill our mage as well. Then, if we had the answer to spell thing, I think we could give it a go, yeah. Why not kidnap a beholder and get it to stare at Scoria? Magic resistance, maybe. But that's a good idea. In 5e, I think it either cancels or slingshots a spell towards the caster. First time chat from Pixie Bells. Why fight Scoria in Alair instead of during an attack on Mystria? I agree with you, Pixie Bells, yeah. Better to fight her in the open if we can. This is why I think a good idea would be to, when we're ready, gather the army and make a push into Scoria's territory. And either she defends and comes out and fights, or she hides in her cave and we win the war. To be clear, you don't contingency to teleport very far away, maybe just from in front of her to behind her. Waits her to spell but keeps you in the fight. Oh, yeah, actually, it's pretty cool. I'm assuming it would be a low failure rate because you would be looking at the target location. I think I'd probably have to roll a spellcraft check, which I could fail because my int is low. Although maybe, I don't know, would the contingency depend on my ability to recognize the spell? I do have spellcraft, but it's only at 12, so there's a decent chance I fail at. Also, by rules, Wild Mages only can cast Wild Mage spells. Yeah, I know. Can you research Nahal's Reckless Dwemer off of the scroll to become a Wild Mage? I don't think so. Is that how it works? I don't think that's how it works. First time chat from Giddy Omnivore 29. Did you level up last session? No, not so far, maybe. Maybe Neil will say, oh, congratulations, you've all leveled up. But I find it unlikely. Have you ever asked the weapons for advice on avoiding Dispel? Or is that what led you to the Ion Stones? No, it's not what led me to the Ion Stones. It is worth asking. Okay. Ask the bow about counters to dispel magic. Will you gear up your giants with mithril clubs and armor? Probably not. Improve blink to dodge dispel. The area is too big, right? I think the area is too big. Just blink's only 10 feet. And it's only me, so it's not a great option. But it is, you know, it's close to an option though. I'll say that. If you don't get a level, it would be whack. Maybe. I mean, I don't know. I wasn't expecting one, but maybe we will. If Scoria lives at the top of a mountain, could you collapse the mountain to fuck her up? I think she lives in the mountain. So actually, it was a long plan for the Wish Scroll to collapse the mountain, which was a great idea. I guess we can delete this page now. It's gone. The Wish Scroll's gone. All sad. I think now you've freed up in-game, you should investigate the Orbs of Winter, maybe find one for each brother. I think, unironically, Mr. Mutant hates the Orbs of Winter, so I think that's going to happen. Have you considered sacrificing the dragon weapons to Velthara? You could even get the gold dragon to partake in the sacrificial ceremony. Neil would probably give dank items. That's extremely risky. What item are we going to get that's better for killing Scoria than the weapons we already have? I find it seems hard to imagine how it could be any better. Which of Scoria's generals will you gun for first? If you start doing so, she might retaliate, so maybe go after Shivan first, given that she's in charge of intelligence. Yeah, that's not a bad idea, because... Which one was Shivan? The half-elf. Maybe. Maybe. Is the wingless green dragon the ancient one? Yes. It's worth mentioning that Neil said at the beginning of the campaign you all have a certain amount of favors you can pull with the crown. Have you actually pulled any yet? Yeah, a couple to get out of trouble when we were stealing items and raiding tombs. Would review the potential magic item locations in the Discord. I haven't seen that. Call. Feel free to link. Don't delete the wish scroll page, or surely get another one, Copium. Oh, and the Reddit. Yeah, we'll get to that. I'm just struggling to keep up with chat right now. Can you imagine a scenario in which you will regret not holding onto your list of wish scroll ideas? I mean, I can't, but you know, I did it anyway. Like testing blinking away or testing out contingency on teleport. Okay, well I haven't got contingency or can't test that. Blinking away, maybe, yeah. Do roulette with chat points, fun as hell. If a mod wants to set that up, I'm more than happy to put it on there, but I'm not doing it. Right now, at least. Is it weird the mines had such strong guards? If those were guards made, how strong are our general's guards? Yeah, but the Mithril mine is like huge strategic importance, so I'm not surprised it was well guarded. Have you all given up on tracking down the lady who was selling magic to the dragons? Senegal. I mean, I was never that interested in finding her anyway. I don't see what we're going to get from her. You could dispel forbiddance? Nah, it'll never work. I'd have to roll 20. Would it be worth researching shield for the +5 AC? It doesn't stack, right? Am I stupid? I feel like it doesn't stack. Visible barrier comes into being in front of the wizard. The shield totally negates magic missile attacks. It provides the equivalent protection of AC 2 against handheld missiles, 3 against, so it's 8, it's 18, 17, 16 against other forms of attack. Shield also adds a +1 bonus to wizard saving throw against attacks that are basically frontal. And these benefits apply only if the attack originates from in front of the shield. Yeah, it gives a flat AC, so it doesn't stack. I think it's in the armor spell that says it doesn't stack with shield. It means if the spell the wizard creates a magical field of force that says if it was scale mail, the spell has no effect on a person already armored or a creature with arm class 6 or better. It is not cumulative with the shield spell, but it is cumulative with dexterity, and in the case of fighter mages with the shield bonus. So yeah, I don't think it would work like that, Nova.
Yeah, boy.
I think Destiny encountered a green dragon in that forest in either GTC or Odam. No, they encountered a green dragon in the Shelterwood, which they ran away from, that Van Helsing later killed. What does the Orb of Winter even do? Don't know. Cause a whole continent to freeze. Why would he hate the Orbs of Winter? I don't know, dude. Why does Mutant hate things he hates? Considering the talk with AO, you might want to think about using shield in fights now in case of being overrun, because the +6, 7, or 8 to AC. Okay, so OMFG, you think it does stack? I don't think it works like that, but maybe. Suddenly, William's flame sword disappears and the blade appears in front of the brothers upon sacrificing the dragon weapons. Yeah, the flame sword's cool, but it's not as good as the dragon slaying weapons for killing Scoria. What can we plan for now? So cutie, welcome. Well, you know, people are just asking questions right now, but we're just thinking about things we could be doing. Would you make a glyph of warding that triggers counterspell when someone casts a spell? Well, counterspell's not a real spell, so no. But in theory, if we used contingency, maybe. Wouldn't the free disengaged materials boots be better for Imric? He always gets surrounded.
Yeah,
yeah, probably. Thank you for the follow, Verbal Horse. Cheers, mate. What if you allow the dragons to destroy your weapons if they kill or help you kill Scoria? Would you rather have those weapons or 3 dragons fighting alongside you? Yes, I know Neil would never allow this. Well, Megamers 00. You answer your own question. It's Neil won't allow it. You already have shield on your ropes. That's true, actually. Yeah. I suppose I might as well cast it and test it. Would you really need a 20 to dispel? Yeah, because Scoria's effective level, casting level is 21. And my effective casting level is 10. Which means she gets an 11 swing. So usually you need an 11 to have a successful dispel on a d20. But that's modified by the difference in cast level, so I need a 20. If you could somehow get Van and Malachi's Rod for removal, you could deal with the Forbiddance. Yeah. True. What do you think about the fight in the Mithril Mine? Was it cool or was it lame? It was cool. It was cool because it was dangerous. It was nice to see some enemy casters coming at us. I think that's long overdue. The Tyrael Darkstone thing is ridiculous. It's actually ridiculous. And a lot of the time it was cooking me because I couldn't do anything, but he's so powerful that it's fine. The spell can save Stone Skin from Magic Missile. That's true, Lacassa, yeah. It's worth having in the Scoria fight. Do you plan on scrying on the Mithril Mine? You could teleport back and ambush Scoria's reinforcements. That's a good idea, Yankee Doodle. There is stuff to look there. We could wait. We could buff up and we could come back to our teleportation stand. They probably won't even know what that is. Maybe they will. Maybe a wizard would be able to work out what it's for. They might destroy it as soon as they find it, if they know what it is. Do you, maybe Orb of Winter is part of a solo session? Yeah. Okay, I'll write it down. Yeah. Something Destiny picked up on the other day, but how good as a piece of merch would be a mug, and then on the mug it says Mug of Detective Visibility. I feel like this would be, and then maybe on the other side of it you could have the Tombs of Scoria logo. I feel like this would be a great piece of merchandise. On the mug it should say Neil Team 6. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe. We could have like a little branding thing so it was made by Neil Team 6, you know? Like I said, the mug's made by Neil Team 6, but it's called a Mug of Detective Visibility. If you make the mug, I'm buying it. We see Fran is actually in manufacture and distribution of things like mugs. Like she gets them made in China and brought over to the UK. Issue is I don't know how I would ship them internationally. And whether Stephen would let me sell it. But I do think it's a good piece of merch. I think people might like it.